I'm here with Colonel Norton. He's the wing commander of the 17th Training Wing, and here with Tiffany Sheppard. You're an attorney here in town. You work at the Carlson Law Firm.
Carlson Law Firm.
Carlson Law Firm.
Yes.
I'm sorry about that.
Good.
And you are an honorary commander.
I am. Okay. Yes, sir.
All right. Well, can the two of y'all, one of the two of y'all, tell me, when did this program start? Where did it come from? Talk to me a little bit about the honorary commander program.
Yeah, so the honorary commander program's been around for years in the Air Force. Typically, you have honorary commanders assigned at the squadron level. We've done ours a little bit differently at Goodfellow. We've elevated it to the wing, so you get exposure to the entirety of what Goodfellow Air Force Base and the 17th Training Wing does. So by doing that, we do it once a year. Applications are due right now. They'll be due next week. We'll start the cohort in September, and it runs September to September. And during that September timeframe, or that one-year timeframe, they get exposed to all the missions of Goodfellow Air Force Base. So they get exposed to our intel and training firefighting that we do. Goodfellow, they get exposed to the mission support group, which keeps the base open, the lights on. They get exposed to our medical group that is, responsible for keeping our airmen fit to fight and ready to get into the fight. As well as we have a group out in Monterey, California that will come and brief them on what we do to train linguists.
Very cool, very cool. So it's a new group of people every year, right?
Every single year, 17 new people.
Yeah, very cool. And is there anything new that you try to incorporate every year? Is there something that you add? Is there something we try to do, like tweaking process, anything like that?
Well, we absolutely tweak it. We take the feedback every year. We do little different things. This year, we were able to take the cohort, and they got to go fly on a C-130 out of Dyess Air Force Base, as well as fly the simulator for the B-1 bombers. We look for opportunities like that. We also took the cohort to watch basic military training graduation in San Antonio, which is where it starts for all of our airmen.
Cool. How was that, flying the simulator, flying in the plane? What was that like?
It was so cool. I'm not going to lie to you. It was the most amazing experience, and I know for a fact I will never get another experience like that but for the Honorary Commander program. And thankfully, through the 17th Training Wing, they gave me that opportunity, and getting to fly in a plane that our service members have to deploy in or come home in, and thinking about how long those flights are. We were only up there for about 45 minutes, and I can't imagine. So it just gives you a new appreciation for all of our service members and what they do and sacrifice for our nation.
Is that kind of what you think a community member would get out of this? It's kind of the experience. Talk to me a little bit about that.
Well, so I'm from San Angelo, and I grew up here, and I have always known about Goodfellow, but I had no idea what was going on behind the walls. And getting to learn every aspect that goes on behind the scenes and learning what huge jobs are being trained and that are coming out of Goodfellow Air Force Base, it really puts into perspective just how integral Goodfellow Air Force Base and the 17th Training Wing are to our security of our nation, the protection of our nation, and every aspect of our nation. So we really, as community members, I think you learn how we can assist Goodfellow Air Force Base and where they need help, and we really need to forge those relationships more so that Goodfellow stays and that we continue to grow and we get to produce some of the top jobs around the nation.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And Colonel, that's what this program is about, right? It's forging those relationships, keeping those relationships, those community ties, right?
100%. We have two core tenets of Goodfellow Air Force Base 17 Training Wing. One is the outsized impact that our training has on national security, but two is our one community approach, and this is a core tenet of that community approach. The base has been around for 85 years, and this community has been an integral part of that. Every year, I create 17 ambassadors who go back out into San Angelo to advocate for us, to help support us when we need things.
Very good. And that, you actually lead into my next question is what does the base get out of this? You get those friendships, you get those community ties. Talk to me about how important that is.
Oh, it's amazing. So the folks leave after their cohort time and they go back to their boardrooms, they go back to their classrooms, they go back to Shannon Hospital. And so they then can advocate for Goodfellow and why Goodfellow and why the military writ large is so important to this nation.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, let me look here at my questions because there's a lot to talk about. Ms. Sheppard, what's something that you have learned, hoping to learn? What's something you're looking forward to?
I have learned so many things that I don't know how I can remember everything I've learned. But I'll be honest with you, I didn't really know what I was getting into when I applied for this program. I was excited about it. I wanted to learn more. If you're thinking about applying for this program, what are you waiting on? What's taking you so long? You need to get your application in because I have learned more from this program than I could have ever imagined. It has exceeded all expectations. Some of the best things that I've learned is just how I can connect with the base and where they need help and that I can go out into the community and ask other people to help and hopefully encourage them to go apply and be a part of this Honorary Commander program. We need all the help we can. This base cannot go away. This base is so important, and we've got to keep spreading the word.
Well, and the Colonel brought it up earlier, kind of creating these advocates for the base. Have you ever had somebody come up to you and have questions about what they do at Goodfellow, and are you able to answer those questions?
Now I can. I couldn't before last September, but now I can, and I get very passionate about it because I'm like, guys, we've got to do everything we can to support them. And I grew up here knowing we need to support our base, and we need to stand up for them, and we need to make sure that they feel like they're part of our community. But now that feeling has just grown tenfold because my firm is veteran owned and operated. And so for me, it's a different aspect for me. It's like, how can I support my service members, and how, especially for our training people, how can I make you feel like this is your home while you're here? It's a short stint, but how can we make you feel like you're a part of our community? And just that little support while they're here and they don't have their family is just, it's imperative.
Well, and we've talked about that a lot just here at the station, how, the people that are at Goodfellow are usually younger people. They're away from their families, do things like the thing at Thanksgiving where you have a meal. And I think you're right. I think that is very important that we make these people that probably aren't from the Concho Valley, maybe aren't even from Texas, feel at home here at the base.
Some of them have never even been on an airplane until they go to basic training. And then we drive them to San Angelo, Texas, right? But this helps break down those, yes, we have to have fences because of what we do, but this breaks down those fences and shares what Goodfellow is with the entire Concho Valley. And I think that's important.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, I wanted to ask you actually bring up a good point. I'm not to sound creepy or anything, but I did go into your background a little bit. You've been in the military for a while. You must have seen a few of these Honorary Commander programs come through over time. Is there something that stands out to you, something that's interesting, even though it's new people every year? Is there anything like a through line that you see with people and their experiences?
I think this program's better. Because as a commander previously, I had a commander assigned to me at the squadron level, and all they knew was my mission. But by elevating it the way we're doing it here, they get exposed to the entirety of the base, which actually makes a better ambassador going forward, because they understand not only Goodfellow, but because they went to DIAS, they understand our flying mission. They really understand the military and what it brings and why it's so important to our national security, which helps make better citizens, if you ask me.
Very cool, very cool. So not just Goodfellow, but the entire military overall. Very, very interesting, very good. Yeah. Well, folks, that's really all the questions I had. Is there anything that we didn't go over that y'all wanted to make sure gets out there, anything about the program?
So we're accepting applications right now. Closes next Saturday. If you go to goodfellow.af.mil, it's right there on our splash page. It's all online, so we encourage anybody who's interested and ever wanted to know what Goodfellow is all about, please click the button, apply, and let's see if we can get you in the fold.
Excellent, excellent. Thank you very much, folks. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Appreciate you.
Appreciate you.